Henle Latin, second year, page 393. De Adventu Gallorum. De Gallorum Caede. Of the coming of the Gauls, of the slaughter of the Gauls. Prima luce, duces Gallorum signum suis dederent. At first light, the leaders of the Gauls gave sign to their own, that is their own troops, et omnes Galli in foro instructi sunt, and all the Gauls in the forum were drawn up. Impetum in arcem fortiter fecerunt. They bravely made an attack on the citadel. Sed Romani eos dejecerunt, atque in eos ex loco superiore pila jecerunt. But the Romans threw them down. Dejecerunt is to throw down from. And on them, ex loco superiore, out of a higher place. Javelins they threw. See, jecerunt is they threw, dejecerunt is they threw down. Itaque Galli arcem non ceperunt. Therefore the Gauls did not capture the citadel. Tum Galli custodes collocaverunt, ne Romani qui in arce erant plus frumenti compararent. Then the Gauls stationed guards. Here's an ut ne purpose clause. This is the negative one. They stationed guards lest, or so that the Romans did not get more grain, so that the Romans who were in the citadel did not get more grain. Interim frumentum ex agris in orbem portaverunt. Meanwhile, they carried grain out of the fields into the city, atque agros opidaque longe lateque vastaverunt. And they laid waste. Vastaverunt. We can see the word waste there. They laid waste to the fields and cities, far and near. Meanwhile, the Romans who had fled to Veii were regaining their strength and their courage. Okay, just a minute. They contrived to send a message to the besieged citadel and obtained the official appointment of Camillus as dictator. Camillus at once organized a relief expedition to Rome. The Gauls discovered the path by which the messenger had ascended the Capitoline hill to the citadel. By night they stealthily climbed this path. No alarm was raised until they reached the very top. Then the geese, sacred to Juno, roused the Romans by cackling and fluttering their wings. The poultry saved the day. Eorum clamore vocatus Manlius arma cepit. So Manlius called by means of the shout of them, took up arms, et primum Gallum qui jam in summo monte era dejecit, and threw down the first Gaul who now was on the summit, the mountain summit. Plurimi Romani ad clamorem contenderunt, ut Manlium adjuvarent. Many Romans hastened to the shout in order that they might help Manlius. Reliquos Gallos telis saxisque perturbaverunt, atque dejecerunt. So they perturbed the remaining Gauls by means of darts and stones, or rocks, and threw them down. Same word as up here. Ita servata est arx. Therefore, or thus, was saved the citadel. However, as the relieving army under Camillus still delayed its preparations, the garrison on the Capitoline could no longer bear the famine and fatigue. At last they bargained with the Gauls to buy peace for a great weight of gold. But before the bargain could be carried out, Camillus arrived. He canceled the disgraceful agreement and challenged the Gauls to battle. Galli, nova re perturbati, the Gauls, by means of this new thing disturbed, or perturbed, arma ceperent, took up arms, atque ira potius quam concilio impetum in Romanos fecerunt, and their anger, more powerful than their council, made an attack on the Romans. Sed et fortuna et ducis concilia Romanos adjuerent. But both fortune and the council of the leader helped the Romans. Primo impetu Galli rejecti sunt. By means of the first attack, the Gauls were rejected, or thrown back. Atque in fugam dati, and were given in flight. Dati sunt. Those go together. So they were given in flight, they ran away. Postea, cum Galli aciem non longe ab orbe instruxissent. Afterwards, when the Gauls were not long from the city, they drew up a battle line. Instruxissent, it's hard to say. Instruxissent is that is a pluperfect subjunctive. So when they had drawn up a battle line in this dependent clause here. Proelium ursus commiserent. They engaged in or began another battle again. Hoc proelio Galli victi sunt. In this battle, the Gauls were conquered. Get the word victim from there. Atque ibi maxima caedes facta est. And so there a great slaughter was made. Caedes, remember, is a fifth declension feminine. So we have maxima in the feminine and facta in the feminine. Etiam Gallorum castra capta sunt, neque nuntius caedes relictus est. And so the camp of the Gauls was captured, and neither was a messenger of the slaughter remaining. Eta et Roma et gloria nominis Romani a Camillo conservatae sunt. And so both the Rome and the glory of the Roman name by Camillus, this is the ablative of agent, was conserved. Here's a proverb. Qui maiora cupit, saepe minora capit. He who desires much often captures little.